So we need a horribly edited video for this week. What you doing?
I'm currently installing these things.
These things.
These things.
Bring it closer. Hold on, I can't see it. Ooh.
So these are little holder brackets for our Govee Wi-Fi
Whoop. There we go.
sensors, right? So these are temperature and humidity sensors, and we're screwing these to the side of the tank, and then this just slides right in.
Cool. I'm sitting on the floor currently, by the way, with April crawling on me. She put herself there. You don't need up there.
And I'm hanging with Centauri, who is the reason that we found these brackets, because she has managed to kill 2 of these Govee sensors by knocking them off of her shelf and into her water bowl.
Yeah, she's a professional Govee unaliver.
Yeah.
Silly girl.
This will solve that problem.
All right. So this is just going to be kind of a little vlog kind of style video for this week's horribly edited video because I have to travel back to work today and we're a little tight for time. So we're just going to kind of bring you along while we do chores this morning. So it is Sunday morning, right around 8 o'clock. We've been up for a while, but I already cleaned out April O'Neill's house, got her some fresh water. Everybody else's water got changed yesterday. But I do need to feed everybody today before I leave. So I always change their water either the evening before I feed the next day or the right before I start thawing feeders to feed them the same day. Can we take her?
No, pretty good.
Okay. Multitasking. So one of the reasons I do that is because I have retics and they are very food motivated, kind of giving them a full day to digest or even 2 full days to digest before I need to go in and change waters can kind of help chill them out a little bit so they aren't quite so still in food mode when I go into their enclosure. It also helps that guy out when I'm gone traveling because it makes his life a little bit easier too. Coffee.
Mouthful of coffee.
All right, so just to give you an idea of these little holders. So they're really awesome because they are really secure. Jody actually redesigned them a little bit to have these 3 screw holes so they can't tilt. It used to just have one and it would like tilt if they climbed on the Govee and the Govee would like fall out the bottom. But now it's super secure. The Govee just sits in there and we usually put them like kind of equidistance between the floor and one of the RHPs. And it just gives us a nice, it's important to know where, if you have a hygrometer, thermometer like a Govee, know where it's sitting within the enclosure. Because if you have like moist substrate, sorry guys, it will, and it's sitting on the floor, it will obviously read much more humid than if it's up, like halfway up the enclosure wall. But pretty nifty. We really like that design. We're happy with it.
Yeah, the other thing I really like about them is it lets us put all of the Govees in really consistent places in every tank, like on the wall just underneath the RHP. That way, you know, if you have them placed in different places throughout the tank, we have to look at Shies and be like, oh, well, Shies tends to read hot because it's in this spot, or this is on a higher shelf, so it reads different. So getting them consistent just makes, you know, reviewing all of those temps and parameters easier.
And keeps this one from unaliving hers.
Yeah, that's the primary thing.
I have not had any coffee yet. My favorite mug. Of course, it's from Toad Ranch. So another thing that I really like to do is if anybody is awake and up and about when I'm coming down to do snores. Snake chores. Okay, I'm calling snake chores snores.
Snores. I like it.
Oh my God. But yeah, if I bring them down, if I see anybody awake and like active, I just let them out for supervised free roaming time or to hang out, like Centauri's hanging out with Jody while I do chores. So it just kind of helps me multitask a little bit. These 2 are really the only ones awake right now. Are normal active kiddos like Aries and Shy, who would normally be awake and about first thing in the morning, are zonked out because What did we do yesterday? I can't talk this morning. This is why I'm drinking coffee.
Yesterday, we did a little educational event. A couple towns over, Butler, does an annual Halloween event, which they call their Witches' Day Out.
It's really fun. Everyone gets dressed up in their little like costumes and stuff. It's really
Yeah.
It's October here, by the way. I don't know when you're going to be watching this, but
And it's a little on theme to do a little snake event at that. So we set up at our favorite plant store, which is where a lot of the plants you see behind us and in the animals' tanks are from. And
grows on Main. If you live in
grows
Western
on
PA.
Main on Main Street in Butler. And we hung out with a little table and did some snake education, which is one of our favorite things to do.
April, you're so up in everybody's business.
Hello.
She does. She likes to babysit us when we're doing chores to make sure we are doing them correctly. She's a good girl. Hi. Are you helping? You're gonna try and climb up him, aren't you? Silly girl. So one of my favorite things, and this happened actually quite a few times yesterday, was in doing these outreach events, is we had several people who were admittedly very afraid of snakes. One who actually was at the same event last year, and she wouldn't even get close to us. She actually held she held Shahaya yesterday, so that was really cool.
She held Tweed too.
Did she? She held both?
Yeah.
That's amazing. So
She may have even also held Aries. She was hanging out with us for a really long time, like specifically.
Oh, you're thinking of someone else.
Oh, okay.
You're thinking of someone else. There's someone else who's even more afraid of snakes. So there was one that came up who was, her intent was to conquer this fear of snakes that she had developed as a child. And another gal just didn't know we were going to be there and was like, okay, you were here last year. I didn't hold a snake. I want to try it this year. And she was still afraid doing it, but she like was walking herself through it. It was really awesome. So that's my favorite part of doing these education programs.
Yeah. Hello.
April, oh my gosh. To those of you who say snakes
Hello.
do not want to interact with people, Exhibit A.
Yeah, she was on the floor when I came over here. She was nowhere near.
She was over there at the start of this morning. She just likes to supervise. Anyway, what's your favorite part of an outreach event? Either the one yesterday or in general.
Well, you took mine. No, my favorite part is exactly the same thing you said, which is that every single event we do, we always have someone who starts off at a place of fear, and they just don't know a whole lot about snakes. They don't understand them. They're afraid of them, some combination of all of those things. But because we just kind of like let them hang back and approach when they are comfortable, we almost always have at least one person who,
She's fine. That is April when she gets something on her face that tickles.
do you find
April.
that is
She's extra.
very extra?
She's extra. Come here, you silly girl. Did you get an itchy on your face? Come here. Come here. You good? Did you get it off? So yeah, sorry, these are all very awkward angles because we are doing things. This is what happens when you all come along on a snores day. But yeah, like what Jody was talking about, we have a lot of people, especially when we're set up an event and it's not really advertised. We're just kind of like, it's like a pop-up snake event, which sounds like some people's worst nightmare. But because of that, we definitely, like, people will come in and be like, oh crap, snakes. And they'll let us know that they're afraid. And I think the most effective way of responding to that is don't try and convince them to come over. Don't try and belittle their experience, essentially. Fear is a very personal experience. So when you try and convince them or talk them out of it, it's kind of denying their reality. So instead, what we do is say, because it's true, that's okay. You can be afraid. Let us know if you have any questions. And 9 times out of 10, people will then feel acknowledged and seen, essentially, to use a very millennial term, and come over and start asking questions, and very often wind up holding a snake. So one of the reasons that
the animals are a little bit more mellow today is because all of the animals that we had at the outreach event yesterday are just sleeping. So they're as interactive as the retics are. Doing something like an outreach event will actually generally tucker them out. It's a lot of stimulation. We generally bring anywhere between 5 and 6 snakes. We had a 7th snake there yesterday because we had a friend meet us and help us out, which was lovely. And yeah, that's because we were there for almost 5 hours, making sure we have quite a few animals to give them a break, give them a breather if they need it, is really important, because it is a lot of stimulation on these animals. So they're very chill about it. They're very wonderful about it, but kind of being mindful about giving them their space and their breaks when they need it is important. And the result is this morning, Aries is zonked, Shy is sleeping. Oh, Chahaya popped her head out. She went with us too yesterday. Hi, honey pie. You look very adorable. Hi, I know I opened your door. What? Hi. So she went with us yesterday. She did great. We wanted to get her some extra kind of out and about experience. Look at your face. I mean, who couldn't love a liquid sunshine snake?
Ta-da!
Awesome. So this is Stella's house. Her glass is very dirty because she's been climbing on it a little bit the last couple of days. Hi, Stella. Did we wake you up? You come say hello?
You want to give her fresh water? It's a little dirty.
We can. I changed it yesterday, but she may have climbed in it. Hi. You come out.
That seems like
Oh, honey pie. Did we wake you up? You don't have to come out if you don't want to. I know you were pacey last night. She loves this corner. So this is her cool side. She used to have an RHP here. She does not anymore. Because she just likes hanging out on the cool side. When she's digesting, she'll go perch underneath her RHP on that side, on that top shelf. But it gets, 70, sometimes a little bit below 70 at nighttime as the weather's cooling off on this cool side, and she will still hang out here. Yeah. One of my favorite things about snores is taking the time to interact with the animals on their terms. Stella is cozy. She's tucked back in her corner, so she doesn't really want to come out yet. I think we woke her up, so she's just being mildly curious. Hi. So Aries is zonked from yesterday. He is Mr. Popular at outreach events, which is easy to tell why. But what's really nice is he does not care if anyone's in his enclosure. So Jody can install stuff, no problemo.
Yep, easy peasy.
Yep, and we don't have to disturb his. You can just stay cozy. Oh my god, buddy. This does not even. He's like, whatever. We have the most random this radio station plays the most random music. Like some days it's minuet music, like what you're just hearing. Some days it's like hard rock. It's really weird.
Country sometimes.
Country, yeah. But we are currently on our way to the gym because you gotta stay strong to work with big snakes. So we're gonna go lift a little. Alright, so the gym has been accomplished. Food has been accomplished. We're really bad at eating on Sundays.
Yeah, we just have the things to do.
Things to do. So our next thing is we do have 2 dogs and a cat, which don't get shown on this channel a ton, but we're going to go take the pups for a walk.
That's right.
Theo, Jasper, do you 2 want to go for a walk? Jasper, what are you doing? Go for a walk?
Yeah. All right, so what we didn't show is we fed all of the babies. Stella, are you full? So she got a full tummy. I don't have seconds for you.
And by babies, we mean adults and sub-adults.
Well, yes.
Metaphorical babies.
Metaphorical babies. You got some food. Everybody's got full happy tummies. Where? Oh, there he is. He's belly. His belly's right underneath the heat panel.
You need to put
Oh
his
yeah,
baby batteries back.
basking, basking. Not basking, but full tummy. All right, so I have to hit the road to work. So we're gonna end the video here. But thank you so much for watching and hanging out with us for our kind of crazy Sunday. This is kind of a typical Sunday in the life of. And
Yeah, particularly when you're traveling and we need to kind of get stuff squared away for the week.
yeah. But yeah, likes, follows, comments, those are all very, very helpful and so much appreciated. We are canceling our Patreon, so don't bother going over there because we will be ending it. However, we do have a private Facebook group, so you are more than welcome to check that out. Just search the Curly Hair Keeper on Facebook and yeah, see if you can't find us. We're kind of trying to do a word of mouth thing with the Facebook group because I don't want it to turn into your typical Facebook group. Let's just put it that way. So yeah, Instagram, website, YouTube,
Email.
yeah. Thanks for all of the support. However you show it, we really appreciate it. And we'll catch you next time.
Ciao, y'all.
Bye.